I'm recording now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we also have to discuss the what if analysis scenario manager today as well. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you come into view, you have macro. In fact, you know what I'll do is I'll just open up a new file rather than tempering this file. So over here, if I come into view, I have macros. First of all, you should know what macros are. The concept of macros in other office applications and other softwares is different. In databases, it was the programming that we can embed at the back of the button. Remember the automation lecture where we made a macro and we attached the macro to a button? Can you recall?
Oh, yes, sir. You did not yet give me the automation video.
I'm so sorry again. I'll send to
Mm.
you. Sure. Okay. I'll send. I'll send quite the same one. Okay. So, but the
Okay, sir.
macro was different over there. The concept of macro is different here in Excel. In Word, although Word is not in our syllabus, you can also apply in Word. Frankly, the concept of macro is also in Adobe softwares. Over there, it's known as actions. What is it? Now, let's say somehow I have some values. I'll just give you an example. I just need some values. No, just one second. I just need some numbers to demonstrate you something. Oh, we also have to discuss consolidate as well. Yes, I have a number of things to be discussed with you today. Okay, for example, I have this some random values that I have, and you have to do is every day you have to make a graph of this, right? So let's say you have sensors that take the data from the environment and they save it in a spreadsheet and you get these values. And every day what you need to do is you have to come here and you actually have to make a graph. Fine. But now
Mm-hmm.
creating this graph will take some time. I have to add um, some formatting to it. Obviously, it takes some time. Now we can save that time. How? What I can do is I can record the procedure. I can come into macros and I can still record macro. It will say, oh, what is this macro? I'll name it as, let's say, formatting uh, graph or creating a graph. I would name it as creating graphs. Don't add a space in between. You can add a shortcut to it. It could be this workbook. You can even describe that what this macro would do. I'm not describing it, but obviously you can. Okay. I'll click OK. So now it's recording what? It's recording all the procedures that I do. So let's say if I now select from here till here, it's recording all that. If I come into insert and if I make a graph of this, right? So, and let's say I can do is I can add probably uh some values at the top. Not this one. Where are the values? I don't see them. Okay, anyway, I'll just use any random. Fine. Or maybe I use this graph, okay? Or probably what I can also do is I can, fine, let's stop it. So I'll just come into macro and I'll stop recording. Now what I'll do is I will just see. Instead of these values, I will now select, or in fact, you know what I'll do is I'll just remove this graph. I will change some values to 12,000. I'll change this value to 34,000. I'll change this value to 20,000, right? So I just change some values because it's been updated. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what I'll do now is I'll just come into view macros and I'll say just run this macro. Okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
actually, it has worked, but actually, probably I might have done something wrong. I'll just end anyway. But you see, the graph has changed. It was different and it's different now. It's
Yes, sir.
this now. So what's big advantage? I mean, whatever procedure you adopt every day, you want it to be recorded. And actually, we also have a shortcut to this. I mean, you don't have to come here. What you can actually do
Mm-hmm.
is, you can see over here is I can come over here and I can come into more commands. You see over here, this button? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to
Yes,
come
sir.
from here, you can come into file, you can come to more, you can come into options. If you come
Okay.
into options, you have over here customize ribbon. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
from here, select all commands. Okay.
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 Mm-hmm.
In fact, what I can do is, no, in fact, I can also have only the macros. So I have this macro, right? And what I can do is I can select this. I can make a new tab. Okay. I can even rename this new tab as uh, tables. Okay. I can probably use something like this. Looks like a table. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Okay. And I can actually add this to it. And I would say, okay. You would, so I can, again, I can remove this. Um, I can just add, let's say, some less values, 12, 3, fine. And just one more so that I can tell it's working. Now, I'll have over here a new tab. And do you see this appearing? So I have a new tab made. So if I click on creating graphs, so you see over here is I have the graph change. You see one very less value which was I changed. It's over here now. This was
Mm-hmm.
this one,
Yes, sir.
1200. Get the point.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So obviously you can add this over here as well. And what we can also do is, well, it's in the examiner says that you're supposed to copy the code of the macro. Now, what is that? Come into view macro. Okay, all this is being recorded, so obviously you can view it afterwards. You can actually do is you can go into edit, and this is the coding. Over here, actually, a function in Visual Basic, a VB has been created that is doing this. It's select range from here till here. Active sheet. So I mean, we're not supposed to obviously know this, but it's just changing things. You see, changing everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it's telling us that we have actually applied. Obviously, the examiner will know that what we have done. So if macro,
What is visual application?
it's built in within every Office pack. It's backend programming of uh, Access, Excel, Word. You can program it. Even in Excel, you can do lots of programming. In Access, you can do at the backend programming. You can customize things on your own. Okay, it's known as PBA
Okay.
project. Get the point? So yes, you
Mm-hmm.
you, you should know till here. I mean, obviously, if it should not be surprise to you that they asked for VBA coding. What was that? I just told you. You just have to come to the view macro and you just have to edit. You'll get the code and just copy and paste it. So you get the point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, actually,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, I don't know you use my website or not. And do you have an access to SirSaem.com?
I do have your website, but I haven't still used it
Oh, very good. Very well done. Don't have to use it, man. Why not?
because I'm still like completing the practicals.
Okay. Anyway,
I mean,
yeah,
revising the practicals.
yeah. Okay. Well, once you log into it now, over there
Uh,
is a portion of book
this
activities.
is your old website, right?
No, this is the new one. So
Okay.
this is the one where you made the count as well, and I proved the count. Why is my internet slow?
Okay.
Anyway, you log into it. You'll find book activity solutions. So over there, there's some macro activities within the book. Not in the book. It's actually there's this login for every for the book. Do you know that? Um,
The activities that's there in every book.
not exactly in the book. There is the code at the back of,
Some activities.
yeah, the website activity
Okay.
in the book. Okay, they're not in the book.
Mhm.
So I have solved those. The questions are also there. Get the point.
Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
I want you to go. They're like 40 activities of Excel. They're initially are very basic, but still have a look when you have time. Among those
Mm-hmm.
are macros as well. They're graphs as well. You get my point? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sir.
You go
Yes,
through
sir.
that whenever you have time. So as for let's come to graphs now. Oh, macros is done, but you need to do the activities. They're just like this. Okay. Graphs actually is what? For example, now if I have, let's say, I need more values. Just 1 second. This will not be enough to discuss graphs. Yeah, this seems to be fine. I can probably discuss it over here. So if all I need to do is I'll just need to reduce the values. Why? I'll tell you why in a while. So here you go. If I want to make a graph of this, surely I can. No problem with that. I can come into insert and actually I can make is a graph of this. Get the point. Now, obviously,
Yes,
because
sir.
This is in thousands. This is, well, this is in 25,000. This is just a 3,000. So obviously, but I want another axis over here that should represent the second quarter. This is the first quarter. Where is the second quarter? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for that, what we do is you click here, you go into edit data series, and you enable the secondary axis. Once you enable the secondary axis, you obviously get this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, sir.
Both values are appearing now. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
usually, actually, when we have to make a graph of this sort, secondary, I would always prefer, not I, we would prefer using a line graph. I'll tell you why. Now, if I click on this, you see, this is not very much readable. I can go to the
Mm-hmm.
format axis, I can enable the secondary axis. At once, you can see is these values are representing this, and these values are representing this. Yes or no? Now,
But why was the secondary axis down there before? It could have been like in the right position from
but
the very beginning, right?
not, actually, we have to activate it. Because initially when we select, it doesn't know which one is secondary, so we have to activate it. Okay, you have to come
Okay.
here and you have to click on that.
All right.
You see there's a lot of extra space over here. We can reduce
Yes, sir.
the minimum value of this actually is, let's say, 10,000. So you see, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
actually it's 11 or 12,000, but I'll make it 10,000. So what I can do is I can again click on these values, and over here I can go into format axis, and you will say over here I have is the minimum value 0. Instead of 0, I will type over here is, let's say, 10,000. Once I do so, you see the graph goes like this. Okay, in fact, it's 15,000, by the way. So I can do is, oh, sorry, not this one. It's 15,000. Okay, so you get the point.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And do you see series 2 is actually my first quarter, and my series 1 is second quarter. Can you see that? I
Yes, sir.
want the first quarter to be displayed. Don't use the text box. You need to edit over here. So you right click over here and you
Mm-hmm.
go into select data. Are you with me? Right?
Yes, sir.
Select data,
Yes, sir.
and you click on
Yes, sir.
series 1 edit. You click here. Okay. You click on series 2 edit, and you click here.
Mm-hmm.
This way, you get the second quarter and the first quarter appearing here. Same way, I can change the chart title, no problem. But what if I want the axis? Okay. I want
Mm-hmm.
the first quarter to be displayed here as well on this side. So very simple. Just come to format. No, sorry. Where was it? Yeah, just click here and you will find, where did it go? Chart design, sorry. And come into axis, no, title, primary, horizontal. This technically is what? This is like, I don't know, area would be defined. Then I would have is, this is my first quarter, first Q, and I also need is the secondary. No, didn't I get the secondary? And this is my uh, second
Mm-hmm.
Q quarter. So I've labeled the chart properly, haven't I? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
One more thing. Over here, if you can see is, I have an increment of 5,000. Can you see that? 15, 20, 25, 30. What if the examiner says,
Yes, sir.
I want an increment of 1,000, not 5,000? So you go to format series and you'll see over here is major. That's this. You change this to 1,000. So now the
Mm-hmm.
increment will be of 1,000. Oh, sorry, that's not readable because then I have to increase the size of the graph to a lot of extent. That's too much. Actually, we should have it as, let's make it like 2,000. Let's try. So a bit better. Yes or no? Increment to.
Mm-hmm.
So you can obviously increment as well. You can find the minimum value, to the maximum value. Okay. This is how actually we work with the graphs. You get my point. In case of,
Mm-hmm.
let's say we are talking about pie chart. Pie chart is just used for one unique values. For example, I could just select these two and I could use a pie chart. So pie chart are used for one particular comparison of one column, not multiple. Okay. You can
Mm-hmm.
display the values of pie chart within here as well in percentage. Obviously, you can explore this. This is not a big problem. In pie chart, they might ask you to the largest sector that you have, you separate it. So you just click here and you can drag it out. You get my point.
Yes, sir.
Click here, select, and you drag it out. So that's how you work with pie chart. Line graph, I told you, is good when you have something continuous. So for years, we can use as a bar chart. Okay, so we have to just see. I'll share with you a document where appropriate type of graph and chart should be used for what particular reason. Okay, if
Yes, sir.
the kind of thing comes in, I'll just share the PDF file with you. So this is for graphs and charts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's come to what if analysis. Okay, are this is this clear, my dear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What if analysis is something very, very important, by the way. Now, let's say
Mm-hmm.
I come across a situation where you are managing an event, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say you have to find the budget. You have to have different scenarios. You don't want your
Mm-hmm.
event to go into loss. You want to
Mm-hmm.
see that if I have 600 seats available and I'm paying someone $6,000. I have to pay venue rent and I have to pay for amplification, lightning, ticketing, security, and all that. This will then be my total cost. And then obviously
Mm-hmm.
I also earn some revenue. I would put it with the $35 for the ticket. I will have total ticket sales, which obviously will be the number of tickets multiplied with people who are number of seats that I have. Okay. Merchandise, food, I will obviously earn through this as well. So I'll be earning this much. So this means my
Mm-hmm.
profit or loss will be obviously my whatever. The profit minus the cost. I get the profit. Fine. Well, what is all this?
Mm-hmm.
I have to create different scenarios. This is why we call scenario manager. You will always see is that what will be the worst case? Worst case would be, let's say I have 300 seats, 300 people come in, and I'm paying 6,000, and my ticket price is like 25. Will I still earn something or not? So I'll create 7 to 8 or maybe 10 to 15 different scenarios, best case scenario to worst case scenario to normal scenario, so that I don't suffer any loss. So for
Mm-hmm.
that, what we'll do is we'll come obviously into data, and we have what if analysis. So I'll click on scenario manager. And over here, actually, I've created one. One is original, one is intermediate. Let me see if I actually show this. This is the original. You see, in the original, it changed. This is the intermediate. Original,
Mm-hmm.
if I show you the original, what's happening original is you see the ticket price from 35 has 30. I have 300 seats, like I said, and the talent I'm paying this much. And there are lots of changes I made over here as well. So let's try to create our own. Come to scenario manager and let's try to add, and I will name this as profitable. Well, if I'm expecting it to be profitable, you get my point. By changing
Mm-hmm.
values, by changing the values in the following cells. Okay, so I'll press OK. Now it's saying is B4. In B4, there are how many seats? Okay, I'm expecting like 700 people to come in. How much you're paying for the talent, which was B6? Okay, I'll be paying now since more people are coming in. Let's pay 10,000. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's also increase the venue rental. Maybe obviously we need more venue rental. We'll pay 800, and we will be paying more for the lightning 500. So I'll just try to exaggerate things. And then I have the ticket. Since more people are coming and since I'm paying for the more talent, let's increase this from 30 to 50. Okay, and I'll press OK. So this is my profitable. I'll show this. So in profitable, I'm still I'm having a lot of profit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
you can create multiple scenarios. And I'm telling you, in business point of
Mm-hmm.
view, it is very important because it will just take you, let's say, 1 hour to create multiple scenarios. And but the advantage will be you will know is that even if I do this, I still won't suffer a loss. So you can refer to your scenario manager, have a look at it, and it will tell you what you can do or what you can't do. You get my
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Scenario manager actually appeared only once in the old syllabus. I will try to find out which year was it. I think it was 16, I believe. So it came once. It didn't come, but obviously, I mean, it can come again. So it's something that we should have done, and this is why we've discussed it, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
It is clear. So validation, I think so we have done. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think so. Most of the things are done. It will just be one more class where tiny, small functions which are left we finish, and then we're done with Excel. Okay.
Okay. So
But
next class is on Saturday, right, sir?
we'll have it on Saturday for sure. Let me just stop this.
All right.
But this discussion for today